Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Thursday, August 27th, 2025. Oh, pardon me. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Rare Rebel. You can find this on Etsy, the Rare Rebel shop. On the back of the door to my studio/office, I had hooks to hang, hoodies, coats, hats, stuff like that on. And once before, the little knob for the hook got caught in the shelves behind the door. Shelves behind the door have tarot and oracle cards. So I was able to unhook it. Well, I just come in. I was in here this morning doing affirmations. I just come in to start doing the readings, and I go to pull the door closed, and it's not moving. So I literally yank it, and I yank the whole shelf off out of the wall with the screw, and the cards are getting ready to fly everywhere. I have like little dolls and stuff sitting up there. Y'all. Oh, I almost had a fit. Almost had a fit. We got two on the table. I think it's just barely hanging on in there. We got three on the table. Four on the table. Five, six on the table. Let's do two more shuffles. One more shuffle. Eight cards with bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is fire element. That top of the deck is air element. Fire element is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Air element is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might be one of those signs, or you might have it in your chart, or this lovely individual might. Take how it resonates. All right, we've got third eye chakra. Refill your cup. We've got trauma. Divine masculine energy. Solar plexus chakra. Pardon me. Trust your gut. Slow down. And vices and addictions. Feminine masculine. Take how it resonates. You can change this divine masculine to a divine feminine energy. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's energy, and we are all energy. I don't do reads for one day, and this is what happens. Like, this is what happens. Just to let you guys know, it's not my nose ring. Like, I think I am getting allergies because my nose has been like stuffy and like itchy all day, especially this side, this nostril. I want to flick it. Flick it. Pardon me. I just woke up from like a half nap. I was like half dozing as I was listening to tarot readings. I don't remember a damn thing, if I'm going to be honest. And they stopped, and I probably sat there like dozing on and off for like 15 minutes without any background noise. So this is about this divine masculine energy. Again, you can change that to a feminine. With the refill your cup and the trauma, this energy, this masculine energy really needs to work on themselves. Really needs to this person has a lot of trauma. Like they're not dealing with it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because usually I say the divine masculine energy, the divine feminine energy cards, those are the only cards that denote feminine or masculine energy. So sometimes when those cards fall out, it's like, oh, that's not a divine. That's just to symbolize masculine, okay? Or feminine. Whoever this is, I would say they are divine masculine energy, were very close to being. With the vices and addictions, I mean, we all have vices and addictions. What are we talking about here? We're talking about drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, money. I mean, Pokemon cards. I mean, let's just be honest, seriously. Like, what kind of vices and addictions? Because some people are addicted to ice cream. And just because you have an addiction, right? You could have been, doing AA or, whatever the equivalent is for whatever your addiction is to keep yourself from that addiction for years. And then all of a sudden something happens to you and you're traumatized and you're like, oh, I want to go back to that. Like you go back to what's comfortable. You go back to what's normal. Cause it's kind of giving me like this person knows, like they're not stupid. This person knows with the third eye chakra, like they know that there's something wrong. Like they know that there's something that they need to deal with, that they need to work on, and that they're not taking care of themselves. Like they need to take care of themselves. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, I mean, you name it. Like they're not possibly with an emphasis on the solar plexus, or maybe whatever this is, it's just bringing them out of alignment. And see with the trust your gut card, you got this feminine character with what looks like masculine hands over their eyes, but I mean, who's to say? And then there's a third eye, right? This card has a third eye. This is the third eye chakra. Like seriously, whoever this is. Sorry, I think my tummy just made a noise. My digestive system. And it's like somebody that they like it kind of gives somebody like that's been kind of thrown off balance for whatever reason, and there's something that they have to deal with, but it's almost like I don't know how to deal with it, or I don't want to deal with it, or I'm going to put it on the back burner. But like those little intuitive nudges, right? God, angels saying, "Hey, buddy, hey, you got to look at this. You got to deal with this. You can't not deal with this. You got to do something." And then it's kind of like when you wake up and you hear the call, right? Like, okay, you got to take care of yourself. You got to deal with whatever this trauma is. Cuz I don't even I turned my phone on silent. I don't know what the heck. Hold on. Um like I said, I don't think it's like past trauma. Like I don't think it could be, but I feel like it's more like something current, something that recently happened, and they've been kind of putting off dealing with it. And I mean that could be anything. Trauma, I mean, it could be anything. It could be dealing with a loss. It could be heartbreak. It could be like a situation with a friend, a family member, coworker, something at their job. Could be, like I said, loss of a loved one, loss of a friend, loss of a pet, spouse, child. I don't know. It could be anything. And whoever this person is, they need to take their time. Like they need to get it together and figure out what they need to do for themselves, but they need to take their time, because if they it gives kind of like finding out like what you're upset about or what you need to deal with, or if you experience some type of loss, and then like, okay, like I need to like work on myself and heal myself and figure out how to get over this situation. But it's almost like if this divine masculine energy goes too fast, like they're really not going to do any work, if that makes sense. They're not really going to like, oh, let me play pretend I healed something, but I didn't. And then that's kind of where like that craving, that temptation for vices and addictions comes in. This kind of resonates for me. So yesterday, just a little side story. Yesterday, I went to Starved Rock in Illinois, which is like a state park, forest preserve. There's cliffs, mountainous type areas, and you walk around on trails and stuff like that. It's by the river. They have a lodge there. You can stay there if you want. They have restaurants. They have gift shops, all that kind of stuff. But I went with the ex-husband. I asked him if he wanted to go. He was on vacation too. I was on vacation. I said I want a buddy because I don't really want to go alone. And so we go, and we agreed before we even got to the park that we were going to do lunch at a little Mexican restaurant in town. This is North Utica, Illinois. So we go to this restaurant called Habanero, and we're looking at the menu and everything. And I told him I was buying a lunch. I bought lunch, and I got ceviche and I got street corn. We both got fajitas, and I got a beer. Yep, I had a beer for the first time. I had a Modelo yesterday, a beer. And while I don't really regret having the beer, I very much enjoyed the beer with my fajitas. Um, it kind of made me realize, like, yeah, I don't need the beer. I don't need the beer. Like, I enjoyed it. I drank it. A little bit of lime. But I was like, do I miss it? Do I miss drinking? Not really. No, not really. And I had that. I told you guys before, if you like, follow, and subscribe, I told you that when I went to the quinceanera in July, I had a shot with my friend at the end of the evening, like just before we left. And it didn't do anything. Like I didn't get a buzz, I got nothing. A little tequila shot. And having the beer, like it was delicious. It was like delicious. It was cold. Like I had it with my fajitas, but I was like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't need to go back to this. Like if I want to, I feel like if I want to drink, like I can have a drink. But like when I was really thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I don't, I don't need it. And I guess because there was always a little part of me that was like, you're addicted to alcohol, you have a problem with alcohol. Mm, I think my problem with alcohol stemmed with having alcohol in the home, if that makes sense. Which is why I don't keep alcohol in the home. I don't drink at home. Um, but yeah, having that beer just kind of made me realize, like, I mean, if I want to have a margarita, I can have a margarita. But at the end of the day, what does it do for me? It doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. It was a very interesting moment for me yesterday. But because I kept thinking like, oh, well, no, I'm gonna want to drink all the time. No, like today, I didn't even think until now. Like I didn't even think about it. It's like a cautionary. It's like a caution sign. Like somebody could fall back into this, whatever that may be for them, if they don't work on whatever they got going on here. And they need to, like I said, they need to go with their gut because let me say it like this, like whatever this trauma is for this divine masculine, they can think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it until the cows come home. Okay, but if you really want to help yourself, if you really want to have those epiphany moments, your best bet is to start with this, whatever that means for you. So like getting outside, grounding, exercise, praying, yoga, uh, reading, literature. I don't know. Anything to stimulate your mind, your heart, your body to get you going. Then you can have those epiphany moments. Then you're healing yourself, right? You're taking care of yourself. You're doing self-care, and while you're doing that, it's going to lead you to healing whatever this is. And like I always say, like you're never going to heal anything completely. You're always going to have like little tidbits to go over and over and over throughout your life, but it's a start. And I think you start by taking care of yourself. It's kind of like when I mean, think about it. When people go through depression, right? When you go through a depression and you literally just want to lay in bed all day and do nothing. You don't want to eat. You probably can't even sleep. You don't want to take a shower. You just want to lay there and you just stare at the wall. If you can get yourself out of that and you can get yourself into self-care mode and you can take care of yourself and you can get up and you can take a shower and you can exercise and you can get outside and get some fresh air. And I'm not saying that this person is depressed. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, they could be, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the things that you do to pull yourself out of depression, if you've ever had to do that, you do that to pull yourself out of trauma. It's a very likewise response. I mean, what propelled me to start walking and working out every day? I mean, I've been doing that now for what, 6, 7 weeks? I don't even know. I've lost count, for crying out loud. I think next week will be 7 weeks, I think. What happened to me? What did I go through that propelled me to start all that stuff? If you like, if you follow, if you subscribe, it was me falling in love with the guy at work, the younger guy at work, and having all of that go to shit. Like, we're not even friends. And when I realized, like, that was all going down the drain, I was like, I cannot go down the drain with it. I fucking refuse to go down the drain with this relationship. I may not be able to save our friendship. I may not be able to save him, but I sure as fuck am going to save myself. And that's when I started working out every day. I started walking like what, 2 weeks ago now. I try to go every day as long as the weather's nice. I can do almost 2 miles if I go after work. And then this last week, being on vacation, I did like 3 to 5 miles a day. I went back and forth to the forest preserve. Yeah, I could have walked around here. It's just not as pretty. I like pretty things. Hence falling in love with a 25-year-old man. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, that's what I always have something happen in my life that it's almost like the devil's going to be like, okay, I'm going to throw this shit at you and see if even God being like, hey, let's see what you do with this, and it's like, you're not going to fuck me. Like, you're not going to fuck me over. Like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fucking going. I'm not crawling into bed in a stupor, in a depression, and you're not going to keep me there. Like, I'm going to keep moving. It's happening. I'm a force. We're all a force. I'm just saying. And it's, you could say, like, oh, you wouldn't have done that if it didn't happen, like, this, that, and the other. You're right. You're damn right. I wouldn't have done that if it didn't happen. But it did happen. And then I did do that. And I kept doing that. Like me. I kept doing that every day for me. Fuck everybody else. Fuck the guy at work. Like, now I'm doing it for me. I'm taking care of me. Me going to Starve Rocked with the ex-husband yesterday, that was for me. Like, I wanted to go there. I wanted to go there last year and was afraid to go by myself. We walked like 2 trails and then walked to the river. Oh my God, it was brutal. Did I tell you guys it was brutal? It was brutal. And it wasn't the walking, it was the stairs. Because you'd have to go up and then you go down and then you go up and then you go down. And it's like, seriously? I said to my ex-husband, I said, if I ever win the lotto, I'm going to pay to put in an elevator. It's going to be all on one level. I'm like, this is horrible. Like, how do they expect little kids or old people to do this? Oh my God. Anyway, I had the best time. I had the best time yesterday. That was for me. I mean, I'm glad my ex-husband was a part of it and it was for him, obviously. I'm sure he did it for himself, but that was for me. I was so, even though I kind of whined, like, oh my God, more stairs. I was so excited to be there. I was so excited to do that. I was so excited to have that experience. I would go back again. I would probably cry again, but I would go back again. Like, it was amazing. And that was for me. So that I don't fall into stuff like this. Because I don't want to be there. I've been depressed. I've laid in bed before and cried. And I mean, like, depression cry, not like just like, yeah, I don't want to go back there. I don't ever want to go back there again. No, nobody is worth that. Nobody's worth that. Not at all. Sorry, my back itch has been itching ever since I started losing weight. I told my friend, I think because like I'm losing my fat rolls, like my skin is exposed to the air and now it's all itchy. Makes sense, right? Whoever this is, they probably had to go through this before. Because when you really think about it, vices and addictions, like those are things. I mean, there's a reason why they become vices and addictions. You use them to boost yourself up, right? You use them to mask, cover anything you're trying to get away from, anything you don't want to deal with. So the vices and addictions card, whoever this is, they've gone through this before. But we all have, right? Like we've all gone through multiple traumas and events in our life and losses and things like that. And I think I'm going to say one last thing and then I'm going to let it go. I think this divine masculine energy, the reason why they are coming out as a divine masculine energy is because they're not in this. So if they fall back into this, that status is probably going to be no more, right? And like I said, this divine masculine energy, they just need to go with their gut. They need to work on themselves, start with refilling their cup, start with self care, and go from there and take it slow. Because that's how they're going to really work through everything. Healing takes time. Healing takes time, right? Like, I'm still not over the guy at work. I'm still not over the guy at work. I'm still in love with the guy at work. I still think about the guy at work all the time. I don't know. How long is it going to take you to get over somebody that you're in love with? 3 months, 6 months, a year? Like I don't know. I don't know. But it'll happen when it happens, you know? All I know is I keep putting energy into me and I take it one day at a time. That's all I know. And whenever I have my fifis, I let myself have my fifis. That's all I know. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope the message resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have had an amazing week. Tomorrow's Friday. If you're in the US, congrats. You're there. If you're somewhere else in the world, God, I hope it's Saturday for you. I'll talk to you later.